Hi students, in this video we are going to discuss how to distinguish among the functional groups or your organic compound, functional group of organic compound. So again this type of question you will get of 2 to 3 marks in board examination, and this is very important one. So first we'll start with distinction of your 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree alcohol. Okay, now what is the test done is Lucas reagent test, and what is the reagent used is Lucas reagent. Okay, and Lucas reagent is simply the mixture of zinc chloride concentrated HCl. Now what is the reaction taking place, and what is the observation that we have to made is like alcohol. So whenever it reacts with Lucas reagent, hydrogen chloride, hydrogen halide plus zinc chloride, it will give alkyl halide, okay, and water. Now this alkyl formation of alkyl halide will lead to turbidity. Okay, now in all the cases, in all the three cases, the main product is alkyl halide, but we'll get is different observation. Now if your alcohol is 3 degree, then what happen is the turbidity arises immediately. If it is 2 degree alcohol, okay, the turbidity will arise after 10 to 15 minutes sometime. It appears immediately as soon as you mix the reagent to the alcohol, you will get turbidity. But in this case, like, you have to wait, okay, for the turbidity to appear. Then next is this primary alcohol. In this case, so the turbidity arises on heating only. If you heat, then only the turbidity arises, whereas at room temperature, okay, no turbidity will appear. So this is your primary. In this will happen in case of primary. Well, in all the cases again, so Lucas reagent with alcohol, what happen is your Cl will replace your OH, okay, and the observation only you have to, there will be different observation in all the three cases. So let us do number 1 question. So number 1 is to distinguish between pentane 2-on-2-ol and methyl 2-methyl butane 2-ol. So you need to draw the structure for this. So pentane means how many carbon? 5, right? 2 ma koncha OH. So CH3, then CHOH, then CH2, CH2, CH3. Okay, this is your pentane 2-ol. Now next is your 2-methyl butane. So butane means your 4 carbons, so CH3, then 2 ma OH is there and 2 ma methyl is there, so CH3, then 2 3 and with this 4. Okay, so this is 2-methyl butane 2-ol. Now, so when the two are reacted with like Lucas reagent, HCl, ZnCl2, okay, plus HCl, ZnCl2. Now what happen is like simply your Cl will replace OH, so you will get is CH3 product, CH3, CH, then OH को replace में Cl, और को molecule में there will be no change, CH2, CH2, CH3, okay, and in this case you will get is CH3C, OH लाई replace गर्छ Cl ले, so again you will get is Cl here, CH3 here, then CH2, CH3, okay. Now this is like तिम्रो OH, it is attached to the carbon which have 1 hydrogen, एउटा hydrogen छ, so this is 2 degree alcohol, okay, and this is your carbon, okay. So this carbon which is attached to OH, and this carbon do not have any hydrogen, so tintai 3 carbon सँग attached छ. So no hydrogen means this is your tertiary one, 3 degree alcohol. Now what is the observation? Observation के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि, like, so since this is your secondary alcohol with Lucas reagent, then turbidity will appear, okay, turbidity appears, but after 10 to 15 minutes. So in the first case, turbidity appears after 10 to 15 minutes, since this is your second tertiary one, okay. So tertiary मा के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि turbidity, okay, appears immediately. So this is how you have to write. So write down the your reactant, reagent and product, and this observation You have to mention. You say mention just even timale gonu pare, then only you will get the marks. Fine. Now next is your methanol and propane 2-on. Okay, draw the structure. So methanol is CH3 OH, okay, and propanol is your propane 2-ol. Okay, so CH3, then CHOH, then CH3. Now again OH attached to carbon which have 3 hydrogens. So what your primary ma answer? This is 1 degree alcohol, and OH attached to carbon which have 1 hydrogen. So this is your 2 degree alcohol. Again, so we need to do is Lucas reagent test. So त्यसको लागि छ HCl, ZnCl2, again HCl and ZnCl2. Okay, now what is the main product? So CH3Cl, this reaction take like a drastic condition to occur, then you will get Cl, then CH3. Now in this case what happen is kala भयो like time. So यता के हुन्छ like you will get turbidity on heating only, because this is 1 degree, right? Turbidity appears on heating only. Okay, now this is secondary one. Now in this case what happen is like turbidity appears, okay, after 10 to 15 minutes. So this is how you have to write down the answer. Write down the reaction, write down the product, and write down the observation that is going to that will occur. Okay, and that will help one to identify primary, secondary, tertiary alcohol. Now next is test for phenol. So if you are doing like if you are distinguishing between phenol and any other compound, कुनै पनि compound छ, so you can do is dye test. Okay, azo dye test भन्छ, azo dye test. And what is the reagent used here is benzene diazonium chloride. Okay, and what is the reaction taking place? So phenol, so when you react it with benzene diazonium chloride, you will get is orange dye. के पाउँछ? Orange. Observation is your orange dye, and that orange dye is because of formation of para-hydroxy-azobenzene. So suppose if you are asked to distinguish between phenol and methanol, okay, so phenol, what is phenol here? Phenol, okay, and methanol. So for this you can do is Lucas reagent test, otherwise you test गर्नु पनि सक्छ. This is very easy test. So for phenol, which test you are going to do is like you are going to use is benzene diazonium chloride, and this is benzene diazonium chloride. Okay, now when you react it with phenol, what happen? So para को hydrogen and the Cl will removed as HCl. Okay, and you will get is benzene, then N, double bonded N, then benzene, then OH. So this is your azobenzene. Okay, इसको नाम छ para, para मा OH छ, so para hydroxy azobenzene. Okay, now so because of formation of this, you will get is orange dye. Okay, this will, the formation of this compound will lead to formation of orange dye. Now when same methanol, okay, when this is reacted with your benzene diazonium salt, N2 plus Cl minus, then what happen is like no orange dye. Okay, formation or no formation of orange dye. So this is how you have to write, right? So in first, like phenol will give orange dye, whereas methanol will not give any orange dye. Okay, this is how you have to distinguish. Now next is your phenol and anisole. So what is phenol? Okay, phenol and anisole. So phenol is again your, you can do is this azo dye test, right? So azo dye test for both. Anisole means benzene ring, then OCH3. Okay, methoxybenzene common name is anisole. याद राख्नु. This is methoxybenzene. So यसको नाम के छ? Anisole. So when you do the diazonium salt test, azodite test, you'll use is diazonium salt, and this is your diazonium salt. Okay, and again diazonium salt for this तिमीले molecule घुमाएर रेखा because यो केसमा तिमीले के पाउँदैन, product पाउँदैन. Okay, so यसरी लेखा no problem. So phenol को लागि whenever you are like writing down the product for phenol with this diazonium salt, this is how you have to write. किनभने तिमीलाई product लेख्नु सजिलो हुन्छ. Okay, now again here के निस्किन्छ, HCl निस्किन्छ. So you will get is benzene, then N double bonded N, then benzene ring, then OH. Now because of formation of this, you will get is orange dye. Okay, now again here the same reaction will not occur. Okay, no reaction, no orange dye formation, no orange dye formation. So this is how you have to write. Okay, sir? Phenol and anisole. Now next is like you can again distinguish between aldehydes and ketones. So aldehyde ketones are कसरी distinguish गर्नु? The test is Fehling's test. Okay, our Fehling's test भन्दाखेरि reagent is Fehling's reagent. Now what is Fehling reagent? It is mixture of Fehling solution A, Fehling solution B. You'll get two bottles and label, it will be labeled as Fehling solution A, Fehling solution B. Okay, then त्यो तिमीले your organic compound सँग add गरेर like you will heat it. Okay, heat गर्छ 15-minute water bath मा. Then if you will get like observation पाउँछ red precipitate and all. Okay, red precipitate पायो भने okay this is aldehyde, red precipitate पाएन भने ketone. Okay, so तिम्रो यता के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि अब question आयो what is Fehling solution A and what is Fehling solution B. Now Fehling solution A means your copper sulfate. Okay, aqueous copper sulfate, simple. And Fehling solution B means alkaline sodium potassium tartarate. Okay, sodium potassium tartarate. Now यो दुईजनाको मिक्स गर्दाखेरि मेन तिम्रो के आउँछ त्यो याद राख्नु. For Cu plus 2 plus and OH minus, so यसलाई हामीले Fehling solution भयो. Fehling, this is what you are going to get when you mix your Fehling solution. Okay, sir? Now reaction and observation. Again, I've already told you. So only your aldehyde give this test, positive test for Fehling's reagent. Okay. अब यता के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि like if it's your aldehyde, then with Fehling's reagent on heating for 15 to 10 minutes in water bath, you will get is red precipitate. If you are getting red precipitate, okay, so that means your organic compound is aldehyde, otherwise it is your ketone. ठिकै छ. अब त्यो red precipitate किन form हुँदैछ? So red precipitate is because of formation of cuprous oxide, Cu2O आउँछ. So this you need to write. You लेख्नै पर्यो and you will get is red precipitate. ठिकै छ. Now यहाँ aldehyde जुन छ, so this all are oxidation reaction. This is oxidation reaction. So जहिले पनि aldehyde, I've already told you, whenever your aldehyde get oxidized, it will convert to acid. Okay, it will convert to carboxylic acid. Now alkaline को कुरा आयो, so sodium, potassium, ammonium हरू हुन्छ. Now that time you'll since alkaline base is there, acid you'll get is salt. You'll write is RCOO minus. Okay, eta again in Fehling's reagent test, CHO, R as it is basa, CHO will convert to COO minus. त्यो याद राख्नु पर्यो. And yes, this you need to write, you must write Cu2O red precipitate. Okay, now let us do one example. First one, so propanol and propanol. Now what is the formula of propanol? CH3 CH2 CHO. Then what is propanol? Propanol means 3 carbon. So this is your propanol. So this is aldehyde ketone. Which test we need to do? Fehling's test. Okay, now Fehling test ko lagi reagent is Fehling's reagent. So it is mixture of your A and B, so Cu plus and OH minus. Now ke huncha, so this is aldehyde. Aldehyde le dincha red precipitate. So this is the thing that you need to write. You must write this. Okay, and again your aldehyde CHO will change to COO minus अरूमा केही change हुँदैन. So CH3 बस्छ, CH2 बस्छ, but CHO will change to COO minus. ठिकै छ. And this is your rate precipitate. So rate precipitate तिमीले लेख्नु पर्यो. Rate precipitate. You must write this rate precipitate. Okay. The next तिम्रो next is your aldehyde. And aldehyde मा के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि, if you do the same test using same reagent, then के हुन्छ? Okay, you will not get rate precipitate. No rate precipitation. Okay, kina? Because this thing will not happen. The reaction will not occur at all. So तिम्रो जे छ त्यही बस्छ. So that means you will not get Cu2O. So that means there will be no formation of rate precipitate. Okay, this is how you have to do. Now next 2 मा छ ethanol and ethanol. Number 2, ethanol and ethanol. So ethanol is your CH3CHO. Ethanol CH3CH2OH. Again, this is aldehyde. This one is alcohol. Okay. So again, aldehyde cha failing test gardu. So failing test reagent is Cu plus 2 and OH minus. Okay. Now you will get is rate precipitate Cu2O. You lekhnu rate PPT. Okay. Then this one CH3 will remain as it is. CHO will change to COO minus. Again, yeah. Again, you do the same test using failings reagent. So there will be like no reaction, no rate precipitation. The reaction will not occur. So that means there will be no appearance of rate precipitate. Right? This is how we can do the test for aldehydes. Now next again aldehyde or ketone. There is one more test to distinguish between the two or identify your aldehyde or ketonic group. Okay, and what is that test? Tollens reagent test. Tollens test. And what is the reagent used? Tollens reagent. Okay, and what is tollens reagent भन्दाखेरि ammonical AgNO3. So यो कसरी prepare गर्छ? So we can easily prepare this at lab. So हामीले silver nitrate, okay, and sodium hydroxide. So brown PPT आउँछ. Brown PPT लाई then we'll ammonium hydroxide add गर्छ. Then you'll get is a clear solution. That clear solution is silver nitrate. Okay, so silver nitrate is nothing but it is ammonical silver nitrate, tollens reagent. Now your reaction or observation के हुन्छ? So tollens reagent लाई हामी short form मा यो लेख्नु सक्छ. Okay, complex AgNH3 whole 2. Okay, plus tollens reagent के हुन्छ? So in this case, what is the observation भन्दा you will get is mirror image, silver mirror. Okay, not mirror image, sorry, silver you will get is silver mirror. So silver mirror किन form हुन्छ? Because of formation or deposition of silver. ठिकै छ? अब यहाँ के हुन्छ? Again the same thing will happen, like this is oxidation reaction. So your CHO will change to COOH minus. RRA bus, but CHO will change to COO minus, and this whole complex now will decompose to give silver, which lead to formation of silver mirror. So whenever, in order to distinguish between aldehyde ketones, okay, either you can do is Fehling's reagent test or you can do tollens test. You can write tollens test. Okay, so जुन चाहिँ सजिलो लाग्छ त्यही तिमीले लेख्दा हुन्छ. Now number 1 example, butanol and butane 2-on. Okay, so what is butanol? CH3, CH2, CH2, CHO. Okay, and what is butane 2-on? CH3, then C double bonded O, then CH2, CH3. So this is aldehyde, this is ketone. Either you can do Fehling test or tollens test. So tollens test gardakeri, you need to write this complex. So Ag ammonia complex, okay, diaminos silver, right? 1. Then since this is your basic cha, ammonia like this is alkaline in nature, so OH minus huncha. So you will get now like CH3 CH2 CH2 as it is basa, CH3 CH2 CH2, then CHO will convert to COO minus, and yes, you must write this thing Ag. Now what is Ag? What is Ag? Because of deposition this of this Ag will get a silver mirror. यो लेख्नु पर्छ, Ag को मुनि नै लेख्नु silver mirror. यो observation चाहिँ you must write. Okay, then next छ तिमीहरुको next मा छ तिम्रो aldehyde, a ketone. Now ketone को again if you do the same test like Ag, then NH3 whole 2 plus if you treat it with Tollens reagent, then since the reaction will not occur, that means no silver mirror. Okay, no silver mirror. Fine. Okay, now next sa timarko propanol and propanol. Okay, so what is propanol? It is aldehyde propanol alcohol. So formula CH3 CH2 CHO, propanol CH3 CH2 CH2OH propanol. Okay, now again you do the silver mirror test, Ag, then NH3 2 plus OH minus aldehyde ho. What happen is here the alkyl group will remain as it is, CH3 CH2 no change, then CHO will change to COO minus and you will get is Ag. Okay, deposit huncha. Now formation of this Ag, so what is it bhandakeri? This will lead to formation of silver mirror. Okay, यो लेख्नै पर्छ है, तिमीहरु हाइलाइट गर अलिकति. while writing down the answer you just highlight like यो silver mirror भनेर हाइलाइट लेख गर्छ. Okay, now next छ तिम्रो alcohol. Again alcohol again you do perform the same test, you use the same reagent plus OH minus, then eta no reaction will take place, that means no silver mirror. Fine. Okay, last sir. Now so iodoform test. Now this test is used in order to identify like distinguish here among aldehyde if both are aldehyde. Okay, one with acetyl group cha bhanepachi it will give iodoform test. So it will help you to distinguish between ketone, okay, or ethanol ko lagi pani yo test fine cha. If you are doing test for ethanol, so you can write this test. Okay, so test is here iodoform test. So iodoform form huncha, you know the formula. Iodoform is CHI3 sorry. Reagent के use गर्छ भन्दाखेरि sodium hypohalite. Okay, and it is NaOI. So instead of writing NaOI, we can write is NaOH plus I2. Hoffman bromomide मा जस्तै NaOHBr2 use गर्छ. So यहाँ पनि NaOH plus I2. Okay, now what is the reaction and observation भन्दाखेरि this is wrong. Okay, यहाँ अलिकति wrong भएछ. Now your any like एउटा मात्रै CO like CH3COR. Okay, if acetyl group is your CH3CO, acetyl is your CH3CO, your R, so R can be H, R can be CH3. Okay, so if you treat it with sodium hypohalite, what happen is like यहाँ अब यो जुन चाहिँ CH3 छ यो निस्केर जान्छ. So यो निस्किन्छ as CHI3. This one will removed as iodoform. So iodoform ko color cha yellow PPT. Because of formation of iodoform, one will get is yellow precipitate. Okay, then next is like rest jun pani cha, so this one will get oxidized, so you will get R and CO will become now COO minus, since sodium cha, so Na, RCOO Na form huncha bhayo. So this is for your aldehyde or ketone with acetyl group cha bhanepachi chai we can do this test. Okay, now ethanol le pani iodoform test dincha. Why ethanol give iodoform test is like your ethanol oxidized huncha to your acetyl group. Acetyl अब ethanol acetyl group ma change huncha and this acetyl group will give iodoform test. Okay, so number 1 ma cha, so ethanol, and distinguish between ethanol and methanol. Now what is the formula of ethanol? It is your CH3 then CH2OH. Okay, and methanol is CH3OH. Now Lucas reagent test garda pani huncha, but now since both are primary, okay, so both ko turbidity at room temperature not possible appeare hundaina, so that means it become hard to distinguish between the two since both are primary. Now arko test cha iodoform test. Now I've already told you that ethanol give iodoform test, right? So abo ethanol iodoform test ma you use is NaOI. Okay, now okay now के हुन्छ, so first ma this group यो जुन चाहिँ छ, so this will change to CH3CO. first ma अब यो first oxidize हुन्छ CH3CO. okay, दुईटा कार्बन छ, so CHO मा हुन्छ convert, you will get is ethanol, it will get oxidized to ethanol. So ethanol ma oxidize bha. Now this CH3 will change to like will remove as iodoform CHI3 bhaera remove huncha. Okay, and this will give is yellow PPT. This is important to write. Plus CH3 गयो, अब तिम्रोमा एउटा कार्बन रह्यो. Okay, and this carbon will now change to COO मा. Okay, and it will have one hydrogen. So ethanol ma one carbon will remove as iodoform CHI3 and one will get converted to sodium salt of carboxylic acid. So yo CHI3 downward arrow formation of precipitate, and this one will give yellow precipitate. Okay, and the NaOI again sodium hypoiodide, methanol, no acetyl group. Okay, so no yellow PPT. Fine. Now next is propanol and ethanol. Propanol, what is the formula? CH3CH2CHO, and ethanol CH3CHO. Now see, both are aldehyde. Okay, both are aldehydes. So you cannot do failing test because both will give red precipitate. You cannot do tolerance test as because both will give silver mirror. But we can do here is iodoform test. And which one will give iodoform test? This one. भयो, किन भन्दा यता CH3CO group छ, CH3CO acetyl group छ, so this one will give iodoform test. So iodoform test ko लागि what we use is sodium hypohalite. Again one carbon will remove as iodoform CHI3. This is must, you must write yellow PPT भयो. Then plus so अझै एउटा कार्बन छ, so that carbon will change to COONA र भ्यालेन्सी मिट गर्दा एउटा हाइड्रोजन चाहियो. Okay, so this is your observation, you will get is yellow precipitate. And this is your like propanol, NaOI. Now here there is no CH3CHO group. यता के छ, CH2 छ, CH3 हुनु पर्छ. So this is your aldehyde without acetyl group, so no yellow PPT. Okay, now next is your number 2. Number 3 is pentane 2-on, pentane 3-on, pentane 5 CH3 2-on, double bonded O, CH2 CH2 CH3 and pentane 3-on, CH3 CH2 C double bonded O, CH2 CH3. ठिकै छ. Now see, यो group ma you can see clearly हैन acetyl group. In this case there is no acetyl group, CH2CO हैन acetyl. Acetyl means methyl ketone bन्छ or acetyl. Okay, it is your CH3CO. Now, so when you do hypohalite test and iodoform test, के हुन्छ, this one will give, right, because it have acetyl group. Okay, so एउटा carbon जुन चाहिँ acid methyl छ group of this thing, this one will remove as CHI3, this one will get precipitate. Okay, and the rest carbon यो जुन चाहिँ छ यिनीहरू rest, जस्तै एउटा दुईटा तीनटा कार्बन छ हैन, CH3 CH2 CH2 and CO will convert to COONA. Okay, now because of formation of this के पाउँछ यसले गर्दा येल्लो precipitate, हामीले पाउँछ येल्लो precipitate. Okay, now next मा के छ तिम्रो जुन चाहिँ ketone छ pentane 3 this pentane 3 again you do the sodium reacted with sodium hypohalite or sodium hydroxide plus iodine. Okay, now since it do not contain your acetyl group or methyl ketone group, okay, it will like not react at all. That means no yellow precipitate is formed. So while distinguish, if you are asked to distinguish between two compound, write any one test. So in one case you will get positive result, in another case you will get negative result, and this is how you have to write down your answer. Okay, since this is giving your yellow precipitate, so this is your aldehyde or ketone भनेर, so त्यसरी लेख्छ. And whenever you are writing down like whatever observation is made, okay, so that you need to specify, you need to write and try to highlight. जुन चाहिँ main observation छ त्यसलाई highlight गर, underline गर, color गरेर चाहिँ, so you need to write down the answer. Okay, this is all for today or this video. So see you in next video. Thank you all.